Hello children, I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter, chapter 3, functions and charts in Excel, MS Excel part 1. Before getting into this session, we will just recall the last session topics. Working in MS Excel, a small review. First, types of cell referencing. In that types of cell referencing, we discussed relative cell reference, absolute cell reference, and mixed cell reference. Okay. Entering the formula. How to enter the formula using two ways, using keyboard and mouse. Using keyboard, how you will enter the formula? You will type the formula and you will execute it. Using mouse, you will drag the columns or rows up to the cell level you want. How to copy the formula? Using again two ways, copy and paste. You can just copy the cell and paste it, or else you can drag it using the fill handle. You can just drag and drop it. Okay. And at last we discussed errors. Errors. What type of error occurs and how to handle the errors. We saw value error, dividend error. You must get the value correctly so that you won't get any error in MS Excel. Understood, children? Now we will discuss the contents for today's topic. First, we are going to see functions. What are functions? And next, inserting functions. Thirdly, mathematical functions, statistical functions. Finally, we are going to see what is AutoSum. Understood? Okay. So, what are functions? Anything you operate in MS Excel with the formula, you call it as functions. Okay. Now, how to insert a functions we are going to see. Before that, you must know what is function. A set of predefined formulas is known as functions. Here we call a formulas as functions. Anything you do with this formulas we call it as functions. And next one, you must keep always in your mind the function always starts with equal symbol. So I told you already the formula always starts with equal to symbol. So with the help of equal to sign, you will be writing the formula. Next, how to insert a function. So look at this carefully. First, you will go to formulas tab. There you have insert function option. Okay. Can you see that insert function option? Here look at this. This is insert function option. Once you click on the formulas, you will select the insert function and then you will give whatever the formulas you need for your process. Okay. The steps to insert a functions are click formulas tab, then click insert function. Once again, I'll repeat. For inserting a function, you have already formulas tab. So click onto the formulas tab, then click onto this insert function. Finally, you will get the formulas so that whatever the formulas you need, you can just insert it in MS Excel. Understood? Okay. Now, inserting function, the steps will follow. Click formula stack. Click insert function. After inserting the function, select a category list. There, a category list will be shown for you once you click on that insert function. Once the category list is opened for you, you can select a category. Finally, in that category what type of function you are going to perform, you can select it. Once you select it, you can give OK. Now I am going to show you what is that select category list. Look at the picture carefully. Once you click on that insert function, you will get this type of dialog box. Okay. So first you will be, this is your dialog box, and in this dialog box you will have to select a category first. So select a category. In that drop down box, in this drop down box you will select the function. See here, select a function. In that, most recently used will be always math and trigonometry. If you want statistical function, you can select statistic. Either if it is math and trig, you will have your sum, average, if, whatever you need, you can select it. This is your predefined formula. Already it will be in your computer. You can select it. Click on that insert function, and after that select a category, and that in that category you will select sum or average, whatever you need, and then you will click on OK. Understood, children? This is how you will insert a function. Next, we are going to see mathematical functions. So here mathematical functions, what comes to your mind once you see this math functions? Mathematical formulas, right? Mathematical functions means you will do the basic mathematical operations like arithmetic, for example, sum, product, difference, power, and quotient, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You will have some functions here. Using that functions, you can finish your mathematical operations. So let us see how we can work out in this mathematical operation now. For that, you must know what is mathematical functions in MS Excel. So formulas help to perform various mathematical operations in MS Excel. We call it as math functions: sum, product, quotient, and power. So how does these functions look like? We'll see in next slide. Here, these are the symbols for mathematical functions. How these symbols represent in the mathematical functions, we'll see. For example, yes, it is sum, quotient, product, and power. Okay, sum will be represented as equal to sum of the range of the cell. So from which cell to which cell you want to perform the calculation, and quotient the same way which cells you want to prefer to divide. The same way product and power. Now we are going to see how does this example works. Okay, are you ready? Now I'm just going to tell you first for first formula sum, then we will work out all the mathematical problems directly in MS Excel. Okay, so let us consider the let us consider 3 rows and 3 columns here. Now I need you to apply some examples for sum. I want to add any 3 rows, any 3 values. So for that I am going to select first the cell address. You all know what is cell address, right? So based on the cell address I am going to give some values. For example, I am going to apply the value for column A and row 2. A1 value is 2. Again, the value I'm going to change it as 1 and 2. B1 is 2. A1 is 1. A2 is, I'll write it again. Okay, now A2 is 2, A3 is 3, okay, and now again B1 is 2, B2 is 4, B3 is 5. Now I got the values whatever I need to calculate. The first calculation I'm going to write the formula here. What is the formula to write sum? So I'm going to write it as equal to, that is very important here, equal to sum. Since I'm going to add the values, I'm writing sum. Sum of A1 plus A2 plus A3. In short, I can write it as colon. Instead of writing A1, A2, A3, from start to end point, I'm writing A1 colon A3. Now, the values of A1 is 1, plus 2 plus 3. So what will be the value of A1 here? A1 value is 1. A1 is equal to 1. No, we are going to add A1, A2, A3, right? So A2 is equal to 2. A3 is equal to 3. I'm going to add all the 3 cells. Now what will be the value for me? I'm changing the color so that it will be easy for you to identify the formula. Equal to sum of, now I'm going to write all the values here. Instead of writing all 3 values, I'm writing the starting point and ending point of the cell range. Okay. Now let us calculate the values. What will be the value for me here? 1 plus 2 plus 3. The value is 6. Okay, very good. Now you all know how to apply the formula for sum. Now we are going to see this practically in system, how this functions work. Are you ready? Okay, come. Let us get into laboratory work. This is your practice time. I'm going to show you how this works. Go to MS Excel. Now we are going to perform mathematical operations. Okay. So what did I say? First you have to enter the values where you are going to perform the calculations. If you want in B colon you can do, or else you can just leave it as empty. Since I'm going to do the formula A1, what did I say? Let us do it as in this cell itself. Okay. Whatever you want to apply, first you just give equal to sum. Can you see here down? So once I click SUM, what's happening to my cells? It is showing by default the value sum. So likewise, for all the inbuilt predefined formula, you will have the functions in the system itself. Now using a mouse, I'm going to select as sum. So once I select it, the sum is selected for me. And after that, I'm going to give the cell range. Even that it is showing for you how you have to select the cell range. I'm giving here the starting point will be A for me since it is a column A, and see here it is a row 1. So A1, I'm going to give only the first and last column. You see, while I'm writing the formula, it is showing me in 3 places. One is here, you can see it in address bar. Okay, you can see it here. And another place is, you can see it is highlighting here whatever the cells I'm selecting. And one more, what function you are going to do is, it is displaying for you here. If you just keep your mouse here, it will tell you either it is a function or some other operation. Okay, it is a function. Now I'm going to apply the ending value here. A1 colon A3. Since I'm going to add all the 3 values, it is showing for me here. Now the 3 rows are selected for me. See here, the 3 rows are selected. Okay. So once these 3 rows are selected, I'm going to press enter. What happened for me here? It is added and it gave me the value 6. Okay. You can ask me, what is it only the way to just do the addition with the colon? Why can't I give it a plus? Yes, of course you can give plus a1 plus a2 then plus a3. Now you all saw this formula, right? Equal to sum of a1 plus a2 plus a3. I'm going to give enter. Look, there is no change at all. You got the way 6 only. Okay. Now the addition is over. Now what will be the next one? We are going to do the multiplication. Okay. Now how to do subtraction here? Yes, the same way you can just use sum, but the first value if it is 1. Now I'm going to select the value first a1. Okay, a1. Again I'm going to plus again a2. Now I want to subtract the value 3. So I'm giving minus. So a3. Now I'm just going to close. See, there is no any formula or function for difference. That means subtraction. You can use the value sum itself inside the sum, but the value here you can just give it. Look at this here. Instead, you can just give a negative symbol before the cell range. Okay. Now, what will be a1 plus a2? It is 3. Now, 3 minus 3, 0. Now, I should get the value 0. Yes, I got the value 0. This is how you do difference. Okay. Now, I'm going to do multiplication. So, what is the function name for multiplication here? It is product. Okay. Here, instead of cell range, we are going to give the values. We cannot do like A1 into A2. Instead, there itself it shows you have to give number 2. You have to type only number. Now, I am going to give 1 star 2 or else I am going to give it as 1 comma 2. In product, you have to give with the range comma. Can you see here? Number 1 comma, number 2 comma, number 3. So, I'm going to give only numbers like 1 comma, 2 comma, 3. Okay. Now, let us see what will be the result. 6. 1 into 2, 2. 2 into 3, 6. Now, we got the value 6. Okay. Now, we are going to do the quotient. Okay. So, equal to QUOTI. Don't miss the spelling. Okay. Quotient. Okay. It is showing you for the inbuilt functions. Now, I'm going to give C. Once I type the quotient, what it is telling me? Give the numerator and denominator. So, now I'm going to give what will be the denominator and numerator for me? I'm going to select 2 as my numerator and 1 as my denominator. What will be the value? The value should be 2. Let us see whether it is correct or not. 2. Yes, we got the value correct. So, similarly, you will operate the power also. So, what will be the values for power here? Once I give power, what it tells me? You can directly apply the value. Returns the result of a number raised to a power. For example, in mathematics, you will give 2 square. That gives you 4. There, instead of giving the values to the superscript, we are going to give using comma. You are going to separate the values using comma. So, power is written. Now, I am going to give. See there, itself it is telling you which number you want to square it. For example, I am going to square 3. Now, 3 comma, you want to square or you want to do cube or you want to go with tetra. So, what value you want to just apply for the superscript? I am going to give 3 square. So, 3 square means 3 comma 2. Okay. 3 square gives you the value 9. Let us see whether it is correct or not. 9. Yes, we got the solution. Okay. So, this is the way you apply all. So, this is how you will apply all the values. Okay. and you will execute the mathematical functions. Okay, are you clear, children? Now you all understood MS Excel worksheet, right? Now you know what is mathematical functions and how to apply to MS Excel. Okay. Now next topic is statistical functions. You all know how you applied mathematical functions. The same way statistical functions also you will apply with equal to sign. Okay. What is statistical functions? You will just apply the function to check whether it is minimum value or maximum value, or you want to make it average. Okay, so these functions we call it as statistical functions. Okay, it includes functions like maximum, minimum, average, count and count a. Now we are going to see one by one. So first example is for you maximum. So max means it gives you the maximum value in that particular row. It gives you minimum value in that particular row. And next one, average value. So for average, you have to give the rows or numbers. For average, you have to give the numbers in that particular cell. And count. What is count? It counts you the numbers alone from the cell range A1 to A3. It gives you only the count of numbers. Okay. And now count A. What is count A? Count A means count all. It just counts all the values which is given in the cell address. For example, even your names and numbers, integers, numbers, names, anything you give in that cell, that will be calculated. Okay, and gives you the number. Now we are going to see example. Okay, through practice we are going to see example about the statistical functions. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let us see what is statistical function. Now, so for statistical functions, what are the values I told you? Maximum, minimum. For anything you have to apply first equal to sign. Max of, what did I say? If you just give max of, it tells you either number, comma, number. Now we have three values. Either you can give it as values or you can give cell range. I'm going to give cell range A1 to A3. So we have three cells totally. So I'm going to apply for the three cells. Give me the maximum value in these cell ranges. Now it gives me the value 3. Let us see whether it is correct or not. Very good. We got the value 3. Since it is a maximum value, it gives me 3. Now I'm going to apply the minimum value of these three ranges. A1 colon A1 colon A3. Okay. Now let us see what will be the value. It is 1. Let us check whether it is correct or not. Yes, we got the value 1. Now you know what is minimum, what is maximum. Now I am going to apply two more cells value here. For example, here it is, let us assume few items. Pen, here pencil. Okay, and again I am giving the value here 24K. Pencil 24K. Any category that will accept. So I have given some values in these two columns. We are going to apply here first average. So let us check average of these three cells. What will be the function for average? You have to type the full name for average. Okay. So that is the function here. So once you give average, what it tells you? It is arithmetic mean. What does mean by arithmetic mean? You will add all these three values and divide it by 3. that is arithmetic mean. Okay. Now I'm going to give the values what to be added. What are the values from A1 to A3? Either you can give it as range or you can just type the values directly. Okay. Now I have given A1 colon A3. So what will be the value? 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 by 3 gives me 2. Let us check whether it is giving me 2. Wow, we got the answer 2. Okay. So this is the formula for average. Okay. This is how you will do average function. What is the next function? Count. Okay. C-O-U-N-T. Now I am going to count how many values are present in my cell. Now once I give count, what happens here? It counts the numbers only. Okay. So count gives you only the numbers and other values will not be taken. So let us see. Now I want to select all the 6 values. Now we will see whether it is giving me, and one more option also I didn't tell you. You can just use your mouse and select the cells also to fill your formula column. Okay. So now I am going to select all the 6 values. Can you see this? I have selected all the 6 values from A1 to B3. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. All the 6 values being selected for me. So equal to count of A1 colon B3. Now let us see the result. What will be the result? I told you only the numbers will be taken. So the answer must be 3. Yes, we got the correct answer for count. Okay. Now I'm going to just change only the place count of A. What is count A? It must be kept. Count A. Count A means it counts all the values in your cells. Either it is a name, if it is an alphabet, if it is a numbers, anything you give in that particular cell, that will be taken. Counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Okay. If it is written something, that will be taken. Now let us see what will be. Now I have selected all the 6 cells. What will be the value for me? 6. Okay. Let us see whether it is correct or not. Yes, we got 6. Now we have applied all the functions here. Average, minimum, maximum, count and counting. This is all your function, statistical functions. Okay. Now the statistical functions are over. The next thing is you are going to see auto sum. Till now you have been typing the formulas, right? Even we have still now you were typing the formulas. Now you can also minimize the time by selecting directly the function. For that the auto sum is needed. This function is very helpful for you to select the inbuilt functions. Okay, we call this as auto sum. Okay, let us see. It is used to insert the commonly used functions such as sum, maximum, minimum, average, count and count off. So these functions are already given for you in the AutoSum tab. You can directly go there and select sum. It will sum for you. If it is 40 values or 50 values, anything it will sum. Maximum, minimum, anything it will just give you the output directly with the one click. Okay. So that is AutoSum. For example, where you can see the AutoSum, go to the formulas bar. Okay. Here. Can you see your formulas bar? So go to the formulas bar. Then you select next option. Where is AutoSum? Here it is. Okay. You will be selecting this AutoSum. Once you go to formulas, you have to select AutoSum. Okay. Once you select this AutoSum, this tab will be appeared for you. Okay. And here you can see sum, average, count numbers, all the values you can see it here. Look at this, sum, average, count numbers, max, minimum. Okay, more functions. If you click, you will have more functions. So this is how you will reduce your time by selecting directly the auto sum option. Understood? Now we are going to just work out this auto sum also in MS Excel. Now I'm going to type randomly few values. Okay, any values I'm just giving here. Okay, so you can just type how many values you want, that many values, and here the values must contain. Okay, now I have just given for 12 rows, 12 values I have given. I need to select, either I can select this whole column or I can select only the, using the mouse I can select only the 12 rows particularly, or I told you just select only the column by clicking on the column A. Okay, where is auto sum? I told you, you have to go to formulas tab. You have to go to formulas tab, select auto sum. Here it is given sum. If I click sum, where will be the answer for me? Look down to your worksheet. You can see the option here as average 32, count is 13, sum is 416. The values for me is, already it has given for me the value, sum, count, average. All three values by default it will be displayed for me in the status bar. Okay. So this is what the auto sum functionality. Now you understood. So what happens here? See, it is showing how the value is being selected and how it is being added. It is telling me that A1 to A12. Like that the value will be added here. And it is giving me all three functions at a time. This is the best functionality of AutoSum. And okay, now is this the only way to open the AutoSum? Yes, we got another option also. Can you see here? One more shortcut is given here for you in the ribbon AutoSum. You can also go there and select AutoSum, and you can also just click the drop down box and see the functions here. Okay, this is the AutoSum functionality. Okay, children. Now today we saw all these options here. First option is mathematical function, second is statistical function, and thirdly we saw AutoSum. Okay, let's just have a small recap. For the recap, we will go to the next topic like quizzes. You will have quiz based on this topic. I've just created a quiz. This time new gamified application, and I have also just given the screenshots and the steps how to play this game. So first, either you can use your web browser or your mobile phone to play this game. If you are using a system, just go to quizzes.com and you can just join the game by giving the game code. Okay, you can just join by typing this game code. This is your game code for this activity. Okay, Either you can just use this link and directly go to the quiz. And if you're playing it in mobile, you can go to Play Store and just go to Play Store and type quizzes. In that quizzes, open this type of applications. This is your logo, and here you will see home button and enter game code, sign up, login. If you want to sign up, you can do it. If you have login ID, you can do it also. If you don't have anything, need not uh, worry about it. You can just directly go to enter game code, click on this particular area. You will go to the next option, that is you will type the game code here. Okay, once you type the game code here, and if you click join, it will ask you your name. Once you enter your name, you can play the game directly. Okay, and those who have system, you can just directly log into quizzes.com and enter the game code, then you can play the game. Understood, children? This is how you will play the quizzes. And those who haven't joined the Google Classroom, please join that. So this is your code to join the Google Classroom. And I have also given how to join the GCR also. And once you finish your task, you have to upload it in GCR. Either post it in GCR. Post your screenshots. Don't forget to give your name. Okay, children? Okay. Thank you, children. We'll meet in next class.